In this video, I'm going to set the habit name container div, which include both input and set habit button, and how to handle the user input into this input. And as for that, I'm going to start with the CSS part. Here, I'm going to use the class name habit name container, and I'm going to set the display of this habit name container as flags, and justify content at the center. Next, I'm going to provide a margin bottom with the variable spacing. Let's check the web page. Now it's look like this. Next, I'm going to use the ID name of input as habit name input. Here I'm going to add a padding, a vertical padding of 5 px, horizontal padding of 10 px, then border 1 px, solid, a whitish border, then border radius as 5 px, which will make its corners round, just like this. Now we need to set the font size of this input tag. Also, we need a distance between this input tag and the button tag, and for that we need a margin right here. So for that, I'm going to use the font size parameter and set it as 1 rem, and margin right parameter, and it's just 10 px. Now the input is all set. Next, we are going to design our button. For that, I'm going to use the ID name set habit name. Here I'm going to use a padding of 5 px and 15 px, and the background color as using the variable primary color. Then color of the textures become white. So now it's have a nice look like this. Now what I want to change is its border radius, and when I put my mouse on here, I need a pointer, and also I need a transition when I'm hovering over this button. So for that, I'm going to set the border as none, and border radius as 5 px. Also the cursor as pointer, and as for the transition for hovering, I need transition parameter. Here I'm going to change the background color, so I'm going to select this background color parameter. I need a 0.3 second transition, so I set the time. Then to make the hovering effect. Select this set habit name ID, then hover. Then here I'm going to set the background color using the variable var, and I'm going to use the highlight color here. Now let's check our page. Thus our button is set. Next I am going to set this h2 tag, and for that I'm going to select its ID, its habit name display. I'm going to set its color using the variable primary color, and font size as 1.5 rem, and margin bottom I'm going to set this using the variable spacing. Now let's check this part, and this part is also set. Now what I want is, when I enter a habit name here and click on the set button, I want to change this part, and this can be done using the JavaScript. So let's start the JavaScript part for this. Here I'm going to create a constant variable called habit name input. So I'm going to select document dot get element by ID, habit name input. Next I'm going to create a constant variable set habit name button, set habit name btn, and use document dot get element by ID, set habit name. And as for the last constant variable, I'm going to give its name as habit name display. Document dot get element by ID, habit name display. Now we set our constant variable, and we are going to make an add event listener with an anonymous function using the constant variable set habit name button. I'm going to select the set habit name button, then using add event listener function, and on clicking the button I want to do the following function. Here first I'm going to create a constant variable named habit name, Here I'm using the habit name input, and from that I'm going to extract its value, and from that I'm going to trim it using the trim function. And if the habit name is available, what we have to do is I want to display this in the habit name display. So I'm going to select this habit name display, then text content function. I'm going to assign this message as tracking. Habit name. After this, I want to make the input become clear. So for that, I want to select the habit name input, and using the dot value function, I'm going to assign an empty string on it. Also, if we didn't provide any habit name, I want to provide a message in the alert box as saying please enter a habit name. Close this function. Now let's check whether our input part is working or not. So when I click on the set habit button, okay, there is a mistake. This code provided here. Then I have to close it, and yeah. Now let's check our code. So when I click on this function, it has to show please enter a habit name. Okay, and if I enter a habit name like reading book is a habit, then I'm going to click on the set habit button. So now our message changes into tracking reading book habit. So this is for this video. In the next part of this video, we are going to discuss about how to build our tracker grid system, how to design it using CSS and JavaScript.